Okay, so the example that we didn't get to in class is when we are given 3 points, how do we decide what the equation is going to be? You notice I was given one of the x-intercepts because I wasn't given both. So I don't have both the zeros, so I can't use my intercept equation. Was I given the vertex? I don't know. I don't know if any of these points are the vertex. It doesn't tell me. So I would say no, we can't use our vertex. So we are left with our standard form equation. And the way we are going to do this is we are going to take all these points and we're going to plug them into our standard form equation, and we're going to use the systems of equations to solve for all of our variables.
Are you there?
So Mr. Johnson's phone's going off right now.
Are you there?
So that's awesome. But we are going to first plug in -2 for y, and then I'm going to take my x value. So I'm taking this point and I'm going to plug into my standard form.
Are you there?
So I have -3 squared plus b times -3 plus c. Alright, so that gives me, if I simplify, -2 equals 9a minus 3b plus c. Alright, so that is my first equation here. Alright, my second equation. I'm going to set 10 equals, so I'm using this point now. 10 equals 2 a times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c. So I'm going to get 10 equals a plus b plus c. Alright, so that is my second equation. Alright, and the third I'll do in red. We're going to use this point here. So I have 0 equals a times -1 squared plus b times -1 plus c. 0 equals -1 squared is 1, so I have a minus b plus c. Alright, so I have my 3 equations. I'm solving for 3 variables. Alright, I have to solve for a, I have to solve for b, and I have to solve for c. Alright, so first, can we see any of these that we could either solve by substitution, graphing, or elimination? Let me see. I want to get this up here. Okay. So, I have the blue equation up here and the red. Alright, it looks like I could use elimination to get rid of a variable there. So I'm going to take 10 equal to a plus b plus c. And when we're doing elimination, we always add. And I'll have my red equation here as 0 equals a minus b plus c. Alright, so that all equals, my b's are going to cancel, so I'm going to get 10 equals 2a plus 2c. Alright, I'm still left with 2 variables. So I want to take this blue equation and I should set it equal to this green equation now. Alright, so I have 10 equals a plus b plus c. And I'm going to try and eliminate the same variable. I eliminated b here, so I want to eliminate b again. So I'm going to add -2 equals 9a minus 3b plus c. So how do I eliminate? Oh, sorry, I probably should have done that in green. Let's do it in green. -2 equals 9a minus 3b plus c. So, if I want to eliminate b, I need to take this whole thing times that side by 3 times that side by 3. So I'm going to move up here and I'm going to get 30 equals 3a plus 3b plus 3c, adding it to negative 2 equals 9a minus 3b plus c. Alright, so I get 28 equals 12a. My b's are going to cancel, plus 4c. Okay, so now I am down to, I have two equations here. I have one here, and I have one here. So to solve for one of those variables, I should try, and I need to set those up as a system and get rid of another variable. So I'm going to do 28 equals 12a plus 4c plus 10 equals 2a plus 2c. Now how do I get rid of that c term? C term, I could get rid of the c or the a. You can choose either one, but c looks easiest to me to get rid of. So I'm going to take this whole side and I'm going to times it by negative 2. Times it by negative 2, and I'm going to get, if I rewrite this, 28 equals 12a plus 4c plus negative 20 equals negative 2, negative 4 minus 4c. Alright, my c's are going to cancel. I'm going to get 8 equals 8a, divide by 8, divide by 8. Oh, finally, I got a equals 8. After all that work, what did I actually just come up with? Okay, so remember, back to the beginning, we are trying to find, I have to get this graph here. We are trying to find our equation in standard form. Alright? So what I just found was a equals 1. I still need to find my b and my c. Alright? But now that I have one of the variables, I could take this variable that I found, and I'm just going to plug it into one of the equations, one of these more simplified equations that we already eliminated a variable. Okay? So if I go down here, I found a equals 1. Oh my gosh, a equals, crap. A equals 1. I put a equals 8, but a equals 1. Hopefully you guys caught that mistake there. Okay, so a equals 1. So now I'm going to sub in 1 for this equation here. I'm going to have 10 equals 2 times 1 plus 2c. Now I'm going to solve for c. So I get 10 equals 2 plus 2c, subtract 2, 8 equals 2c, divide by 2, divide by 2. Alright, so c equals 4. Alright, so now you can take, you have a, you have c, you could take those and plug them into any of the equations that we found. You can plug them into any of these, or you could plug c into, you can plug them into any of these. I forget, you guys can't see me. And or you could plug them into this one here, or this one here. Okay, so I have two variables. I'm going to take this equation right here. This one seems easiest to me to plug in all my variables. So I have, I'll go down here now. I have a equals 1 and I have c equals 4. So I'm going to put 10 equals 1 plus b plus 4. That simplifies to 5 plus b, subtract 5. 5 equals B. All right. So now that I have all my variables, I'm going to plug them into my equation over here. We have x squared plus x. I have my variable for A is 1. You don't really need that 1 there, but I'm just putting it there to show you. We found B was 5. And we found our C value was 4. Alright, so this would be your final equation that you would have to put. But, wow, that was a lot of work. Do you guys want to see a little, not really a shortcut, but a way to check your work? I would still expect to see you solving for the equation, systems of equations. If you were given this on a test, but there is a way to check your work. So what I'm going to do is try and find the calculator real quick. If you guys want to get your calculators out, here we go. So get your graphing calculators out, and I'm going to show you the steps on how to check this using your calculators, okay? So we are opened here, and nope, we're open here. I don't want to be here. Okay. All right, so here are the steps off to the right. We're going to push stat. Okay, and then edit. And I have a bunch of values in there, so the way to clear all your values is you hit up arrow, and you're just going to press clear on L2 and press enter, and all those values will clear. I'm going to clear them on L1 as well. So what I'm going to put into L1 and L2 are my points, okay? So my points were right here. These were my 3 points, okay? So, L1 is going to be all my x values. So I have -3, I have 1, and I have -1, okay? L2 is going to be -2, 10, and 0. Alright, so you have your 3 points here. -3, -2, 1, 10, -1, 0. Double check that you have the right points in there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to press stat, and we're going to go over to calc. Alright, so we are dealing with a quadratic function. So which one of these do you think that we're going to use? We are going to use quadratic regression. Regression just means it's going to find that line for us, so it's going to find the quadratic line through those 3 points, okay? So we press enter, and you press enter again. And wow, look, it gives you your A, your B, and your C. Alright, and this R squared here, all it is telling you how accurate that information is. So the closer you are to 1, the most accurate it's going to be. So this information is 100% accurate. Alright, so let's double check. We had A is 1, that's what we had, B is 5, and C is 4. Alright, so this is just a tool to use to check to make sure you did your systems of equations correctly. You still need to show all these steps that we had on here, but having those nice graphing calculators is always a good tool. Okay, so thank you all for listening to the video lesson, and if anyone wants to bring me a, let's see, a caramel macchiato from Starbucks, that's my favorite drink. That's going to be your special fact to know for tomorrow. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, have a good night.